PCS Nation family. Welcome to another night of PCS Nation Out the Window. Fat Friday night edition. We're going to get loose and crazy. Coming to you live from the PCS Nation studios just outside of New York City. Hanging out my window. And I'm going to start you off with this right off the bat. These guys next door, I don't know if you can hear it or not. I imagine you can probably hear it pretty well. Somebody's like, they're welding a car together over next door, like 2 houses over. So I don't even know if you can hear me at all. If you guys can jump in the comments and tell me if it's awful, we might just abandon it for tonight. Because, yeah, like, you hear that? Like, listen, I should have started with this, okay? We have a special guest host tonight. Linda is not going to be with us tonight. Queen Linda's not going to be here tonight. She's gambling. And we can talk about that later. She might check in later. She might go in the comments if she's on a hot streak. Probably not, but we'll see what happens. But we have with us tonight a long-time OG PCSer and a good friend of the show and of me. Deborah Patera is jumping in and filling in as my co-pilot for tonight. Deborah, can you hear me okay?
I am not suicidal.
You're not? That's good. You didn't do it, though, did you?
What's that?
You didn't do it. You're innocent. Is that probably harder to say, right?
Yeah, I'm innocent.
That idiot. I didn't talk about him all day today. I was in a stinky mood today. I don't know why. I got up this morning. I don't know if you listen to the morning show or not, the little 5-minute show we do in the morning. And usually it's just like, good morning, I'm going to have my coffee and blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about this, we'll talk about that. And I just got lit up this morning, man. I was walking over to where I do it from, and I'm listening to, I guess it was Newsmax. And they just started talking about what an idiot Kamala Harris is. And how she's just fucking up everything across Eastern Europe. Like going from country to country and just like making enemies. And I just got all lit up about it. And I started popping off about that. It was like a hot 5 minutes this morning. And now, like, I was just in a funky mood from it all day. And I'm like tired now. Should have done the show this morning. But who knew? Who knew?
I got the impression that she was reading the notes that were intended for Joe.
I think it was like she was reading some Dr. Seuss or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. And she's just, the whole laughing thing. Just like they should have somebody there with like a tranquilizer gun all the time, 50 feet away from her at all times. And anytime she starts cackling, just put her down. Just not, just
a taser set on really low.
You gotta get close for that, or maybe or do it theatrically, like get one of the big hooks like they used to use in like vaudeville, and just grab her around the waist and yank her away from the podium. And we're joking about it. It's really not funny. Like it's just it's embarrassing. It's setting such a bad optic for America to have this dummy over there. There's 100,000 people walking in one of our 50 states right now that could do a better job than she's doing.
Yeah.
With this task. Why in the world? If you could pick anybody, if it wasn't like we're sending the vice president, if it was like, who should we send? Would anybody say Kamala Harris? Deborah, would you?
No.
No, right? Okay, that's what I'm saying, but it's like the same thing with, if we didn't have to go with the plan and say, who do you want to send to represent us? Or who do you want to run us through a war with? Would anybody in the world pick Joe Biden? No. It's just preposterous what's going on. And it got me so lit up this morning. But it's like I said, I got like in a funky mood. And there was a couple other things I wanted to talk about, I just never got around to. But that dumbass Jussie Smollett, Jussie. And I'll tell you what I thought.
I thought he was pretty smart because he's got his own room now, just for saying that, and they're already doing mental testing on him. And I don't know if he's a good actor or not. I've never watched the show, but
if he was good, you'd know.
He could get some benefit out of that.
He could.
30 or his 150.
He's talking about this, though. I'm not suicidal. Nobody's gonna go to the trouble to come and try and kill you. Who are you? You're a B-list actor who's not even on TV anymore. You don't even have a gig right now.
Yeah.
Like Hillary Clinton does this shit for sport. and she wouldn't be bothered. Why? Why in the world would anybody want to kill this dumbass? It would be a mercy.
I agree. How much is gas where you're at?
What's that?
How much is gas?
It's the weirdest thing. It's dropping. I started watching it on Monday, and we talked about this in this. We've been hitting on the morning show just about every morning. I didn't today, I don't think. And I started watching on Monday, and it was at 4:29. Now I don't drive, but I walk past this same gas station on the way to the train every day. And I started watching. It was 4:29, and I was going by bottom grade, regular unleaded, whatever the lowest price on the board was. And 4:29. Next day it went up to 4:39, which was Tuesday. Wednesday it stayed. Thursday it went up to 4:59, which was a 20-cent jump, which I still thought wasn't going up as much as some of the other places I was hearing about. Today, I go over there in the morning, and this is about 7 o'clock. They're open probably like 5:30 if these Pakistanis get there in time and open the place up. The price dropped 15 cents. It went from 4.59 to 4.44, which was a weird number. I don't know, 4.45. So it dropped 14 cents, I guess. And that's an odd number anyway. Usually it ends in a 9, but it dropped 15 cents. Then when it came home tonight, it dropped another 6 cents down from that. It was at 4.39. So I don't know what's going on with that. Or 4.40, whatever that comes out to.
There's some crazy stuff. I also heard today that Canada wants to give us 400, and I believe it's, don't quote me, but I think it's 469,000 barrels a day, and Biden has turned that down to opt to go with Venezuela and Iran and, suck on Saudi Arabia's balls.
But when did this happen?
I don't get it. I mean, it's Canada,
When did this happen? This just happened today?
I heard very little of it today. Yes.
What's he doing? What are these people doing? Something's got to be up.
It seems to all go back to Biden. They also said today that he was the one that put the kibosh on the planes. But this was like a while ago. He did that like a week or so or two ago.
The whole thing with the planes was a joke from the start. It was never going to happen. It was never going to happen.
They should have never argued that out.
It's not even the thing. If you're going to do it, you just do it. You don't go on Twitter and tell them what you're going to... You don't go make a press conference about that. Who does that? You just do it. And all of a sudden, there's planes flying over Putin's armies and taking them out. That's how you do war.
Yeah.
The screw slinger knows that.
All the mistakes that he's made, that's the greatest one.
I don't know about that.
He's telling them the playbook.
And he is, and it's just like, it started with, we don't know about a minor incursion. Well, that's what he did. He went and did a minor incursion the minute you said that. Then whatever the next thing was, he said, well, if you do this, and then he went and did it. And it's the same thing as back in 2014, and Obama's like, we're drawing a red line in the sand. If you do, they just went, fuck you, and they invaded. And it's the same playbook. Everything that Biden's putting out there, if you do this, it gets done. And now they're talking about biological weapons. Look, what the fuck? Where are we going here? From the minor incursion to the biological and chemical weapons.
The other, not Fox. Fox is the only one reporting that. The other ones are saying that Fox that's fake news that they're putting out, and they're spending a lot of time on other networks bashing. And
that's
Fox,
the thing. It's
putting that out.
Everybody's saying something different, and it's not the normal players. It's not the people who are supposed to be saying this side, and other people are supposed to be saying this side. It's all crossing wires. Half of the people in the left media are saying it is, and half are saying it's not. Half of the people on the right are saying it is, half are saying it's not. It's just all over the place. And the State Department, or it might even have been the White House, said they acknowledged that there were labs there. But there's no weapons or anything. They're saying now that it's just for peaceful purposes. It was for research and things like that. And they're completely denying that there weren't any weapons there. But this is our government that we've been listening to for the last 2 years, and it's just like Linda was talking about the other night. They've been lying to you so much. So how come they're not lying to us now all of a sudden? And you know what would even make me feel better? If that ginger tart got up to the podium and just said, okay, listen, for real, we're not bullshitting this time, and then said that, I would take that at face value. But like, okay, thank you, I appreciate that. Now we've confirmed everything else you've ever said was a lie, and you don't. I would have taken it better that way. But I get no comfort from them saying. It made it worse for me to hear the government say, no, there's definitely no weapons there. It made me wonder if there are now. And if there are, and that gets found out and it gets tied to us, it's going to be really, really bad if that happens. You think? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
A lot of people are saying on the feed that they're not believing anything that the MSM is saying, and that, that's really sad.
It's just, I kind of gave up.
We should be able to get news. I don't know if this is ever going to end. I don't know if this is ever going to get bad enough to where, it completely flips the other way because it's so bad,
the news you depend on now is and it shouldn't even be that way. There should just be news. There should just be fucking Walter Cronkite.
Right.
Just telling you what happened. That's all I want to know. What happened?
The Gulf Wars, in my opinion, the Gulf War started this 24-hour news. Everybody was paralyzed in front of the television.
And the paradox with that is, the problem with that is, when you have that, you have to come up with 24 hours a day worth of news.
Right.
And that's why you have this shit coming out now.
It became news shows.
Exactly.
Instead of the news,
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought for a while things were starting to turn around in that direction, but
it looked like it. I just can't get past now this. Like Tucker Carlson, I don't even like Tucker Carlson that much. Like, I don't dislike him. He's just not my cup of tea. I'm not saying he's right or he's wrong. He
irritates me.
Yeah, no, he doesn't even really irritate me. I just don't. I'll listen to him, but I'm not a huge fan. Okay, but that being said, he was talking about this thing with the biolabs like 3 or 4 days ago. This guy's usually pretty spot on.
Yeah.
And it's hard to all of a sudden find yourself in the position. I have to cough, I'm sorry. It's not a smoker cough. I got a tickle. I've had the tickle like for the last day. I think I might be getting a little sick again. But anyway, the cat's not wrong a lot. And when you find yourself in a position now where the guy who's right a lot, and right is relative, okay, right, he's right to me. Maybe he's not right to everybody. But the guy who's right a lot, and the guy you listen to a lot, saying one thing, and the people who have been lying to you just flat out for the last 2 years are contradicting what he says, but it's just everything's kind of backwards, and it feels like that's almost on purpose too.
Yeah.
Like once you lose that line, like where are you gonna get your news from? It's getting harder.
Yeah, you got to be real careful because the disinformation is just everywhere.
And then all of a sudden people start
to clean out the real stuff.
Just like we were talking about the other night, people start resorting to like the little fly-by-night little nothing, and I'm saying that as one of them. Like, but I'm not for a minute claiming to be a news site at all, ever. But that's the kind of places people are starting to resort to. I'm getting crazier and crazier shit sent to me, and like you'll get stuff that like half makes sense, but then it's just like, you look at other things on the site, and it's like talking about like the world is flat and UFOs. It's just, there's not an anchor. There's not a place you can go and just find out. Just tell me what the fuck is happening. That's all I need.
Remember when we used to laugh at the Inquirer?
Yeah, right. And
everything's
all the media is the Inquirer now. That's exactly right. Everything's the Inquirer now. It's funny. I almost said it when we were just saying that because I told you guys, I don't know if you heard or not, but I've been reading the Harry Potter series through again. I'm in book 7 now. I'm almost done. And it's the Quibbler. That's like the equivalent of the Inquirer is the Quibbler. And I almost said Quibbler. So any Potterheads out there, we're Not that. I'm probably the only one. I'll stop.
That's all right.
So, what else? What do you got?
What do I got? I went to the gas station today and I asked for $5 in gas, and the lady farted and asked me if I wanted a receipt.
Did she give you the $5 worth of gas?
She farted.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get that. Okay. That was funny. I just didn't get it. I told you I'm in a stinky mood today. That's probably why I didn't get it. That was a good joke. Give it up for Deborah. She'll be here all the next 14 minutes.
Are you guys still raising prices at work?
Constantly, every single day. Every day. It's every time we get a delivery, we have to change prices. It petered out a little bit. Like, it's not like doubling like it was for a couple of weeks, but like you know, you ever use spray foam insulation?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what would you remember paying for a can of that a couple of years ago?
Oh gosh, I haven't bought any in a while, but like $4.
Right? It's and bear in mind that we are in fact cutting our margins to try and keep the prices under control. That can cost $14.99 now.
Oh my god!
As of today, $14.99. My hammers that cost $5 2 months ago cost $10 now.
Oh my god!
And everything is going up. And I got the whole screw wall. I posted it on one of the PCS pages years ago, but there's like 300 draws with all kinds of different screws and stuff. And every one of them, like, we're so far behind on getting those just transitioned over just to add a nickel onto them. Because it's just crazy. It's just, we're getting stuff coming in that our cost is more than what we were retailing it for.
Jeez.
And it's just, you know, the first concern I had about that was that you're going to have places like Lowe's and like Home Depot who they have the storage facilities nationwide to stock stuff, to have 1,000 pallets of that spray foam insulation or 10,000 pallets of it and store that and have it. Stuff that we can't get, once we can't get it, like we order 6 cans of that or 12 cans of it, not 10,000 pallets. They can get that stuff and stockpile it. Where I'm starting to change prices now on stuff because I have to, they can keep it at the same price because they have the product. So there's an undercut there, but you know what? It never happened because you can't get stuff either. It's not even just that it's going up. There's all sorts of things across the hardware spectrum we can't even get. We haven't been able to get laundry bags in a year. Just nylon laundry bags. We haven't been able to get propane gas in almost 2 years. And it's just one thing after another. Like, it's such a mess, and the prices are going up. And you know, that just drags me right into this shit with this blaming Russia for the inflation. You gotta be kidding. I'm so tired of these people lying to me. I'm so fucking tired of these people lying to me.
At least people aren't believing it.
But some of them are. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. But the thing is, you're right. It is going to turn around because it's just like the stupider the lies you tell, the stupider the people are who are going to be able to tell that you're lying.
Yeah.
That's like a Murphy's Law kind of thing. That should be like a Glenn. Somebody write that down real quick. Oh, where's Linda? She would have had that down already. No offense, Deborah. What did I just say again? I lost it. Don't tell me I lost it. What did I just say? You don't remember, Deborah?
I'm sorry. I was just. I went on to the next thing you said.
It'll come back to me. I remember. It was stupid. It was the stupider.
I was reading a comment from Susan Thompson.
What was it? I'll remember this time.
She said her contractor said the cost of his wood is doubled the cost.
He's not lying to you, Susan. He's really not. I work in the trades. The cost on building materials is brutal. And that's a lot of that had to do with Canada because we get a lot of our lumber coming down from Canada. But people who, like, if you buy a piece of plywood once every 5 years, right, just for like a project or something like that, you're going to be amazed when you go into Home Depot and buy that sheet of plywood next time. Because the sheet of plywood that you paid $9.99 for like 4 years ago is like $49.99 now.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's ridiculous. Okay, so somebody type this out. If you don't remember, I'll remember. The stupider the lies you tell, the stupider the people are who will be able to figure out that you're lying to them. That's like Glenn's axiom. I'm copywriting that shit. That was like inspired. I don't know what made that jump out of my head, but so I'll remember. Yeah, Penny Williams got it. The stupider the lies, the stupider the people who can see it through. All right. Why? Did you hear that somewhere else? Because that's not quite what I said. I'll straighten it all out. It was a good one anyway. But yeah, it's just, you got to stop with this shit. You got to stop with this telling us that this inflation is on Russia, which started 2 weeks ago or 14 days ago, whatever the day count is. This has been going on since you got into office. There's no denying it.
No.
All you do is look at that fucking meme I put up the other day about the gas prices. Biden inserted in office with a big, huge, wide gap over to Russia invades Ukraine and you are here. And the whole big circle in the middle with the big blue line going up, Biden's fault. Of course it's your fault because you're a fuck up and your policies are all wrong. You have no plan to do anything that needed to be done. Forget about stuff that popped up in the meantime. And you made horrible, horrible calls and horrible decisions. And you're trying to do everything that Donald Trump didn't do. You're trying to undo everything that he did just for the sake of doing that because that's all you ran on. You had no plan. You had no program. You ran on Orange Man bad. And you were fucking wrong. Because he was right about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that's the shit we're dealing with. So don't come at me telling me that this was anybody else's fault. You built this, okay? Your boy Obama, that was his line. You didn't build this, you built this. That's the sticker you see on the gas tanks, on the gas pumps, with your idiot face and the finger pointing up. You did that. And everybody knows it. And even the people who are denying it know it.
I remember back in 2016, the left was saying that Trump was going to crash the economy and start World War III.
How many pussies has Donald Trump grabbed in the 6 years since he came into political prominence? Yeah. Anybody, help me out. How many pussies did Donald Trump grab that he didn't sleep in the bed with and be married to? Zero. None. You idiots. You fucking morons.
Yeah.
And that, I hate to get this. I didn't want to ever end up this way.
Actually, he shook Obama's hand,
okay.
So technically he did grab a pussy.
You got me there. Trudeau, he probably shook his hand a couple of times, and there's certainly plenty of them right in D.C. He might have rubbed up against Eric Swalwell or something, going, the men's room. Yeah, I'm at the point now where, and I didn't want to be this way, but I 100% blame the people who voted for this guy. I'm really mad at him. Like, I don't want to deal with him. I just don't want to be around anybody. I'm not an asshole about it. Like, I can walk on the street and meet somebody or go into a store and talk to somebody or whatever the case may be and not know any of this stuff about them and they don't know any of this stuff about me. And that's all I need to know about that person. And we can talk and we can be friends and everything can just be wonderful. But the people that I know, I just don't understand, first of all, how you could have fell for this shit in the first place. Because I don't hang out with a lot of dumb people. And second of all, if you're not regretting that, and if you're not saying, what the fuck did I do? What's wrong with you? Because this is straight up on that decision that you made to put this guy in office. And I know it wasn't 81 million of you. We all know that. That's no question. But a fucking lot of you still did. Who was that questioning me the other day when I said something about 2 million people voted for at least 2 million people? I don't even remember. Somebody was like, he didn't get any votes. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He didn't get any votes. He got votes. Like, we all know that. But he didn't get 81 million. So, I don't know. This is just, like, again, it just goes right back. We don't answer anything. We just make the questions worse, Deborah. We got to come up with a name for you. If you're going to be like the fill-in co-pilot when Linda's off doing what she does or gambling, feeding the beast, what are we going to call you? Like, Duchess Deborah.
Well, I live on Gutchess Road, so my email is Duchess on Gutchess, so yeah,
no
Duchess
kidding.
is alright.
Duchess Deborah. The Deborah of Duchess. The Duchess of Deborah? No, the Deborah of Duchess.
Of Gutchess.
How about Dirty Deborah? We call you Dirty Deborah. Nah, it's a family show.
Debbie
even on Fat Friday night. What's that?
I said Debbie didn't do Dallas.
No, huh? Never been there myself. Well, it's good. You jumped in at the last minute, and I appreciate that. Like, I just put the out. I just put the wrong thing around my finger. Ouch. I'm okay though. I really thank you a lot for jumping in. I just contacted you like about an hour beforehand, and which is ridiculous because I knew Linda wasn't going to be with us tonight. Well,
Oh, that's all right. I'm not doing nothing.
no, why not? It's Friday night. You're a sorry case like me.
It's snowing like a.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yo, we're supposed to get like this bomb hurricane tonight into tomorrow or tomorrow morning. Like, what's a bomb hurricane or a bomb cyclone?
Bomb. Yeah, it's a bomb.
When did they invent that? Like, I never heard that until like this year, I don't think. Is that like a Green New Deal weather pattern?
They've been calling it that for a couple of years now. It's just like when something comes over you and it stays put for a while.
Okay, so it's like a marketing ploy. Like, it's not like there's hurricanes, but this isn't like a real thing. It's just like what the weatherman calls it.
Well, it's a real thing. I guess that's what meteorologists call it. But it just kind of stays put. It doesn't move on.
Bomb hurricane. I don't like that. Just call it like, I like nor'easter. Like, nor'easter's got character. And it's like, that's my storm. That's like my storm that I grew up with, the nor'easter. Coming in from the northeast and just blowing right up the gut of Long Island Sound and knocking the boats all around. That's my storm. But like, I don't like bomb cyclone. Like, cyclones are like in the South Pacific, aren't they?
A cyclone is, well, I think a tornado's called a cyclone too.
Yeah, but like we call it a tornado here. It's the same thing, but like they call that like in the Samoan Islands or like the Solomon Islands and stuff. Like, I think cyclones are there. So like I geographically object to it a little bit too, which is weird, but like I really mean it.
It's typhoon.
Yeah, but a typhoon is like a hurricane.
Yeah, I don't know the difference between a typhoon and a hurricane.
It's the same thing, but they call it a typhoon like down there, like where like in the islands down there, like where down there. That's what they call it. It's a hurricane here. It's like a monsoon in like the South China Sea. They call it a monsoon or like a typhoon over here. It's all the same thing. Like a cyclone is a tornado. We call it a tornado. And like the people in the Marshall Islands call it I don't even know. I'm just spitting shit out. But like somewhere else they call it a cyclone. It's the same thing. But a bomb cyclone.
Have you ever seen a water spout?
I think that's something different. I don't know.
Yeah, I had one go through my yard. It was like being inside of a car wash. It was crazy.
No shit. I've seen some shit happen out on the boat on Long Island Sound. I've seen some weather out there, but I'm not gonna like start telling stories. It's like a minute left to go. But yeah, weather don't fucking care if you make it home. Like, just like from a boat perspective, like Long Island Sound is 3 miles wide. On a normal calm day when I would go out on the boat, and like, all right, I'm 56 now. I don't know if this still holds true. But when I used to go out on that boat every single day from the time I was like 13 years old, during the summer, obviously, when in school, until I moved out of the house. Like, I lived on that boat every day. And I seen some shit out there. On a flat, calm day, on a normal circumstance day, there's no place in Long Island Sound where I would go to with my boat that I couldn't swim to land. Like, Long Island Sound is like a big lake, okay? But I'll tell you what, when shit turns on you, for real, even a small body of water like that, you get into like 3 and 4 foot waves, but like quick, close, bunched ones on a 16-foot boat. There were some no shit times I didn't think I was going to make it home. And I always did. I had some really close ones, but I always said that weather doesn't give a fuck if you make it home or not. Mother Nature doesn't give a fat dog's fart if you don't make it home that night.
No.
So, bomb cyclone me, I guess. I don't know. I'll take it. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. It's coming, so here we go. We're supposed to get some snow and some cycloning and some bombing. And maybe some rain, and they said it's going to change to rain to snow to rain to snow. It's going to be a mess, and it's going to suck. And that's all I know. It's going to be cold. But we're looking good next week. It looks like some solid 50s and 60s next week, so I'm all happy about that. We're going to start making the morning shows longer. Deborah, do you listen in the morning?
No, I didn't even know you had one.
Yeah, it's on the full website.
Okay.
Which is a perfect time to bring it up. That yeah, we do a show every single morning. I think I haven't missed one in probably a couple of months now, but it's just a little short one. Usually, it's not a live show. Substack now has a platform that you can record video. You just can't do live. That's why we're still doing a live here on Facebook. But Substack has a platform that you can do video on and post the video directly onto Substack, so that way you don't have to go through YouTube, which is wonderful because YouTube sucks balls and they suppress you and they're ridiculous. They're part of the whole 21st century robber baron elite friggin' big tech jackass cabal. I'm sorry, I'm going off on things now. But yeah, we do it every morning. It's like a 5-minute show. It's just the morning report, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I am not subscribed.
Okay.
To Substack yet.
Okay.
But that's because I'm
You have
making
to give
my
me a
last
reason.
payment on Christmas tomorrow.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get paid, I'll be joining up.
Awesome. That's cool. Well, thank you for saying that. Listen, I don't like anybody out there listening. Everybody knows I don't bust anybody's balls about going over there. It's there, and I tell you about it. I'm a businessman. I'm trying to run a business. I don't bust anybody's balls. But thank you for that, and thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Well,
And
I've
I hope
been
we can get you
watching
on.
it for a long time. It's just,
All right. Well, we're right into commercial time anyway, and people are starting to leave. So let's wrap it up with this. Get on over there to Substack. The PCS Nation full website on Substack. It's at pcsnation.substack.com. It's $6 a month to get access to the full website. You get everything on the site, all the archives. You get the morning show every day. You get all the videos we do, everything we do over there. No paywall on any of that stuff.
Loves the morning show.
Yeah. Who said that? Mary
Gunny.
Mary Gunny. I love Mary Gunny. Hi, Mary Gunny from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Another one of the OG long-time PCSers who I love dearly. So yeah, we have, it's a fun little thing. Whatever. It's like the weather's getting better now, so they're going to be getting longer. There was a couple this winter where it was like 13 degrees out, and the morning show was 30 seconds long. It was just like, fuck this. I'm not staying out here. This is stupid. But anyway, we do them every morning. It's on the full website if you want to get access to that. PCSNation.substack.com. $6 a month. It's $60 for a year. Just go over there. You can get free content there just by giving them an email. If you just want to get the free content, which is mostly what you're going to get on Facebook, but you don't have to go to Facebook. It comes delivered directly to your email. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want to subscribe to the full site and get the paywalls taken down and see what all that stuff's all about, it's $6 a month. There's no long-term commitment to it. Try it for a month for $6. If you don't like it, at the end of the month, just don't re-up, man, and we'll all still be friends and family. And that's all I have to say about that. Deborah, do you have anything you want to say as we wrap this up?
No, just thanks for inviting me on. And
it was a pleasure.
Thanks everybody for putting up with me.
But Duchess Deborah, the Duchess, the Deborah of Duchess, the Duchess of Deborah. Give it up for Deborah.
Duchess on Duchess.
We'll figure it out. Thanks for filling in. Guys, thank you all for your support here on PCS Nation, on Substack, on Facebook, I don't think we're on Instagram. We're certainly still not on Truth Social. We're not even on the fucking website yet to get onto the waiting list. But who gives a fuck? The YouTube channel is there if you want to get on that. Twitter, still active. If you like the tweets we put up on the page, come and see them happen live. It's at PCS Nation Bitches. But the bitches is spelled BITCHZ. So it's at PCS Nation BIT. This is fucking so stupid. I have to change this name. BITCTZ. I'll type it in. And I love you guys. Everybody have a great weekend. PCS people from Facebook, I'll see you on Monday. Actually, I might see you tomorrow. I still don't even know if Linda's going to be back tomorrow in time. She's on a little 2-day excursion to do a little gambling trip. Deborah, you still there?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Anyway, whatever. We'll figure it all out. But I'll see you on Monday. And everybody on Substack will play around all weekend long. Everybody have a great weekend. Watch some sports, kick some ass, make some lefties cry. Keep going and getting them. And I love you guys, and I'm out.